In this part of the video, I'm gonna be concluding what was explained in the earlier first two videos, and I'm gonna be giving you random tips which you can use while playing the song Down From His Glory in the key of C. We'll start with the left hand. Remember I told you can have the 158, 157, 159, 151, and if you want you can extend this chord to the next octave. What I'm doing here is just playing this and adding an F chord. So the left hand you can improvise, you can get creative and play it whatever way you want. And the right hand, I told you that you need to roll your chord. But if we wanted to make this song a fast song, we could play the chords all at once, and in the left hand I'll use this as my rhythm. So it will go like, so that's just an example to show you. Most of the chords I was playing them in a choppy way all at once. This is what you do when you're playing fast songs, but for this particular song, because it's a slow song, it's better to roll the chords as you play them. So that's the first tip. The next tip, which I'm going to show you, is I told you about the scales and how important they are. This tip involves just playing the scale at any part of the song. Let's say the song is on a C, so you can use any notes from the scale. So instead of just playing the C chord, you can use the notes in the scale of C. This is especially a good way to play when the song ends a verse or a chorus and it's about to start another verse. So you could go like, "A man of sorrows, tears, and agony." Then you play the scale. "A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love you." All I did was just play the C scale until I get to this note. This is where the chorus starts. "Oh, how I love you." But what I did, instead of starting here, I started on the G, because the G is the fifth. It's always a good idea to start on the fifth and to know where you're gonna come to a rest. So instead of just playing it like this, you can double up. So I can go like, "A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love you." What I did, I just doubled up, having a G and a G, A, B, B, C, C, and so on. I can even add a note in between. This one, it can be any random note, it doesn't really matter. So I can go like, "A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love you." Having more notes just makes the sound of your chords sound bigger. So instead of just having one finger, it's better to have two, or even have three. So I've just shown you how you can have the major scale and use it in your playing. Another scale which is important, but I didn't use it in this particular song, is the blues scale. The blues scale is a weird kind of scale, but you have to memorize it. Let's say I'm in the key of C. The blues scale in the key of C will be these notes: C going to an E flat, then F going to a F sharp, then a G going to B flat, then you're back to C. So these are the notes of the blues scale. And the way I'll play them is I'll make sure I keep my thumb on the white notes, because it's easy to use your thumb to as a pivot to get your fingers to the top notes, the black keys. So I'll go like. So you can play the blues scale at any part of the song, especially the ending. A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. So that's the blues scale. You can use it at any part of the song. Then another easy scale. Okay, I'll show you this one later. The next tip which I'm going to show you are chords that are called diminished chords. Diminished chords are very easy to build. Let's say we have a C diminished chord. All we do is get our C, then we count 3 notes up or 3 notes down. We'll count up this time, so we'll count in threes. 1, 2, 3, another 3, 1, 2, 3, another 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your C diminished chord. Let's say we wanted an F diminished chord. It will be F, count up in threes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's your F diminished chord. If you wanted your G diminished chord, get your G, count up in threes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's your G diminished chord. Your, let's say, C sharp diminished chord. C sharp, count up in threes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your C sharp diminished chord. So you may ask, where do you use diminished chords? You can use them as chord substitutions. Remember the last song, A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. So agony is on a G. And we're keeping this note at the top because it's part of the melody. We're keeping the melody on top. So instead of having the G, you can substitute it with the diminished, which keeps the melody on top. Which diminished chord can we put? We can use this diminished chord, this 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is a diminished chord which keeps this melody on top. It's the F diminished chord. We can play it with the G on the bass. So a man of sorrows, tears, and agony. So first time I play agony on a G, then the next time agony, that's on a diminished chord, then agony. So that's how you can use diminished chords as substitution for your chords. If you take it further, you can take the diminished chord and do a solo or a run. What I showed you earlier on when I was using the major scale like this, that's called a run or a solo. But I was using the major scale as a solo. This time I'm going to use the diminished chord as a solo. Basically all you do is just play the diminished chord, then you played an octave up, which is the same diminished chord, then you go another octave up, then up to the end. So you can play it fast, and I'll play it slow first time. A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. So that's your diminished chord. And if I do it fast, a man of sorrows, tears, and that's your diminished chord. This one is the same as this one, it's just a chord inversion. So that's how you can use diminished chords as solos or runs. So I play it back, then up, then all the way up the keyboard. That's how you can use diminished chords. So instead of using diminished chords, you could as well have just used a G. A man of sorrows, tears, and what I did there is just take this G, I add this note, G, G. So you can solo over your chords. So down from his glory, ever living story, my God and Savior King. You can do a solo over any chord of the song, and Jesus was his name. So coming back to diminished chords, you can use the diminished as a solo, you can use the normal chord, the major chord as a solo. Another example of how you can use diminished chords, down from His glory, ever living story. The song usually is on an F. We can substitute that F with a diminished chord. Which diminished chord should we use? We're gonna keep this note on top, so we build a diminished chord from this note. So we count downwards three notes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is the diminished chord that we have. So whenever I play the F, then the next chord which I'll play before I go to the next chord will be a diminished chord, and I'm gonna play this on my bass because it's part of the diminished chord. So I'll go down from His glory, ever living story, my God and say. So I have added diminished chord, ever living story, then diminished chord, before you go to your next chord. That's how you can use diminished chord. It works in most songs where you go from a C to an F. You can go immediately to that diminished chord. For example, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. From the F to the diminished chord, the sound. So diminished chords are really, really powerful chords, and these are just one of the few uses you can use diminished chords. So, I'm showing you that you can solo over your chords. That's just a C. Then we can solo over diminished chords. Then you can solo using scales, like the major scale for C. Then you can solo using a blues scale. Oh, that's just a blues scale for F. So these are the different ways you can solo. So the reason why you want to solo is because you just don't want to play the same way, playing chord after chord through the song. You're not play and vary the way you play the chords, and you're not play up and down the keyboard. What I did there was play the C chord but coming back up. I was using the C7 chord. So using this chord. So that's a good way to start a song as well. A man of sorrows. Coming from the chorus, coming back to the verse. Oh, how I love Him, how I adore Him. My all in all, the Creator became my Savior, and all God's fullness dwelleth in Him. Without reason, then you go into the next verse. So I use this solo, which is just a C7 chord. So there's different ways to solo. Solo up, or you can solo down the keyboard. Or even when you're ending the song, you can go like, and all God's fullness dwelleth in Him. What I did there is just take the C. The song ends on a C, but I'm ending on a C7. Remember, you can substitute a C7 for a C. And instead of playing it like this, which you could do, you can use two hands. So I've got my C like, and I keep going on like that. So it's just easier to play with two hands instead of So now I'm gonna show you, I've just shown you one way which you can end the song ending on a C7. Now I'm gonna show you another way you can end a song and start into the next verse. So for example, the chorus ends on, and all God's fullness dwelleth on a G with him. Then the next verse will start. What condensation? Or you can use the same tip which I'm going to show you to go from the verse to the chorus. So the verse goes, down from his glory of a living story, my God and Savior came, and Jesus was his name. Born in a manger, to his own a stranger, a man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love him. This is what I'm going to show you. The first time we did this, going from the verse to the chorus, man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love him. But this time we're going to use chords. A man of sorrows, tears, and agony. Oh, how I love him. So now I'm going to show you what chords I was playing there. Basically, starting with your left hand, this works especially for any kind of song, whether fast or slow. All you do is, there's two main important notes in your left hand, your G and your C. That's in the key of C. So we take those two and we find the three notes that lead to them. For the G, the three notes that lead to a G are 1, 2, 3. These three lead up to the G. Then we get our G. Then for the C, the three notes that lead up to C are 1, 2, 3. So if we take all of them, these are the three. This is sort of like the round that we're gonna be playing right now. If we play one note at a time, it is E, F, F sharp, G, A, B flat, B, C. So it's from E to C, playing every note except this A flat note. And on the right hand, we're doing the same, except we're using chords. And which chords am I using on the right hand? It's very simple. I'm using diminished chord, but I'm making sure whatever I'm playing on the bass, I make a diminished chord which makes this the top note. So that's my diminished chord. Then if I go to the next one, I make a diminished chord which forms this as the top note. So this is the diminished chord. Remember, diminished chords are in threes, 3 notes apart. So this 1, 2, 3, we're building our diminished chord. 1, 2, 3, then another 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is my diminished chord. The next one is an F sharp. If I build a diminished chord, it will be F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is our diminished chord. Then we're on a G, just a normal G as you know it. The next one will be an A. If we build the diminished chord over the A, it will be this one, which is in threes as well. A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then the next one is a B flat, which will be this diminished chord. B flat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. The next one is a B, which is this diminished chord, which is B, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Remember, diminished chords have the notes a third apart, then back to a C. So if we play them all together, it goes like diminished chord. This is the G diminished chord, then the A flat diminished chord, or the F diminished chord is the same name. F sharp diminished chord, the G, the A diminished chord, the B flat diminished chord, B diminished chord, then C. So if we play them in the song, and all God's fullness dwelleth in me. Sorry, and all God's fullness dwelleth in him. Oh, how I love him. So if I do it faster, and all God's fullness dwelleth in him. Oh, how I love him. This works not only for slow songs but for fast songs as well. So for example, this little light of mine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine. Or you can do it this way, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, then the song keeps going on. So this is a way which you can join together an end of a verse going into a chorus, or an end of a chorus going to a verse. You can do it one finger, or you can do it using diminished chords.